Hey look everybody, it's a Capcom fighting game on the Wii. It's about time. And what's cool is, it's a Versus series title. Cool! Well, it's Tatsonoko vs. Capcom Ultimate All-Stars on the Wii today on Power Up. Back to the show. In today's episode, I'm going to review another Capcom fighting game. This time, it's in the Versus series, but it's not Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, 3, or any of those. But then you ask, Marcus, what's left? Well, actually, in 2010 on the Wii, Capcom released a Versus game, but not the one you'd expect. It's this awesome piece of awesomeness, Tatsonoko vs. Capcom, for the Wii. What's interesting is that on the Capcom side, this you're familiar, Ryu, Chun-Li, a version of Mega Man, but they're asking, who the heck is Tatsonoko? Well, actually, Tatsonoko was a Japanese animation company. They made such stars or such characters such as Gatchaman, Tekkaman Blade, and Jun the Swan, Ken the Eagle, among others. And anyway, this is a really fantastic fighting game. The controls can be simplistic, but they can also be advanced. And what's cool is it has that simple to learn, hard to master kind of gameplay. And actually, the control scheme in this was some of the controls were used in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 for the assorted PS3 and Xbox 360, as well as other. I think that control scheme was even used in, let me see here, Street Fighter Cross Tekken. But anyway, enough of the introduction. Let's get to the game and kick some butt, shall we? Tatsonoko vs. Capcom was released in 2010 for the Wii in the United States, and in 2008 in Japan. Also, I think the 2010 release was also Europe and I think something else, but I'm not too sure. But anyway, what's cool about this game is it's like the Versus series, except instead of 3-on-3, it's 2-on-2. And you can pick from, I think, over 20 some characters to play as. Some from the Tatsonoko franchise, or the Tatsonoko, let me see here, the Tatsonoko family of characters, and then the Capcom family of characters. Control-wise, the controls can be a little simplistic, but I still think they're still easy to learn, hard to master. Instead of like seeing a Street Fighter 2 or Street Fighter 4 game where you had three different punches and 3 different kicks. In this game, in Tatsonoko vs. Capcom, there's a light attack, medium attack, hard attack. Actually, hard attack, not heart attack. I don't want to make that sound funny. Anyway, so if you go from light attack and all the way to hard attack, you can do combo attacks, which is pretty cool. And just like in the other Versus games, there are hyper combos, team combos. Both of those must be executed when you have sufficient when your combo meter bar is filled up. And there's also a new kind of combo called the Baron combo. I don't think I did it for this review, but what that does is it sacrifices a portion of your regenerating health to do more damage and do other things as well. As well, there are a couple different control schemes when you play Tatsonoko vs. Capcom. You can use the Wii mode and a nunchuck, or the classic controller, and get this, as well as the GameCube controller if you have a Wii that has backwards compatibility with GameCube, which is pretty cool. And also to note, when this game came out, they had arcade sticks, which also can be used with the game. And I think some of them were bundled with the game, so they don't have so that kills two birds with one stone, or two enemies with one Hadouken. And there are a couple game modes in here. There's arcade mode for the single player arcade type of game. There's also a shop where as you complete the game, you get money to spend at the store, at the game shop. You can unlock new color costumes, new artwork, among other things. And also, finally, I think there's for the North American release at least, there's online play. So if you have a friend and you can't use couch co-op, you can play them online. That mode I haven't played too much, but I've heard things about it. So I can't really say much about it. But it's cool that it's there, and yeah, that's awesome. When I first heard about this game, I thought, that looks really awesome. And I know for most of us Americans, we probably haven't heard of the Tatsonoko series too much. I myself, I think, now that I think about it, I think back in the day, a couple of years back, if you're familiar with the animated, with the stop motion, sketch series Robot Chicken did a little little snippet sketch where they had like Jim the Swan, I think those people in that skit. Although it was done in a humorous way, when I was playing Tatsonoko, I was like, hey, those guys are from Robot Chicken. Although they're from Tatsonoko, not Robot Chicken. And I'm glad I took a chance on this game. I didn't get the arcade stick with it. I don't think I could afford that. I know at the time my job I had at the time was coming to an end. So yeah. So I thought, but at the time I thought, you know what? I really want to buy this game. And it was only, it wasn't, I think it was the original $50 price. I bet now you can get a lot cheaper now, but I wanted it new. But I really like it, and if you can find this used, which is the only piece you can find, if you can find it new, that's cool too. But you should really pick this up if you're a fan of fighting games, and don't let it being on the Wii discourage you. It's a really cool experience. I really enjoy it. Even I think for this review, I played using the Wii Remote and Wii Truck. I should say the Wii Remote and Nunchuck controller, but I call it the Wii Remote and Wii Truck. Anyway. But I do have I played it with the GameCube controller as well. And of course, by the way, the reason I played it with the Wii Remote and Wii Truck was this footage was captured on the Wii U. So actually it looks a little bit better because I think the Wii U upscales certain Wii games. So it looked a little bit better, which is cool. But anyway, getting back to my main topic again, you should really pick this up if you can find it at a used game store, on Amazon, or otherwise. It's pretty cool. It's of course, again, it's highly recommended, but it's really worth your time, and you should really pick it up. So yeah, so that's it. And yeah, again, highly recommended. Please pick this up, and Hadouken. And as usual, before we go, if you live in or around South St. Paul, Minnesota, please visit my good friends at Level Up Games. And also, by the way, at the end of this month, this address that I post that you always see below, they're actually opening up a new location somewhere else in South St. Paul, around Southview. For those of you who live around in this area, if you know where Nolan's is, they're moving right next to there. And I think, I think this is still the old address, since it's still August, but I'll have the new address up in September, for the September issue, for the September. Whatever I do for the reviews of Power Up in September, I'll post a new address below. And also, another sad note, at least for you in the Skakenverse, because of the fees for my skakenbacon.com, I had to cancel the site for now. It was way too expensive for me to maintain. And I don't have a good enough job to pay the internet fees. But don't worry, to me I consider this just a temporary thing. It will be back. Hopefully I will consider bringing it back once I get more money. But though, to me, I also felt the site wasn't getting a lot of traffic, and it was kind of I couldn't really, I was kind of lazy about it. I couldn't really maintain it as much as I could. But hopefully, so I decided just for now, and because of the massive web fee, the massive maintenance fee I had to pay, I thought I'd cancel it just for now. But anyway, but everything else is still there. You know, if, as posted below here, there's still my Twitter feed and my Facebook fan and group page, and so that's still there. And if you're seeing this on YouTube, if you subscribe to me, thank you so very much. If you haven't, please do so. And anyway, I think that's everything. So as usual, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for another episode of Power Up.